Hello and welcome to Dinos. I'm Sean and I'm here with Adam.
Hey!
And welcome to our penultimate Games with Gold first impressions. This is for Inertial Drift. It was developed by Level 91 Entertainment, published by PQube Limited and released originally on Xbox in September 2020. So, this is kind of a basic racing game, but the major... the main selling thing is the drift mechanic. So you use that with the... You kind of steer a little bit with the left to just perfectly angle yourself, but for the most part, using the right thumbstick just to do all of this drifting. And I found it incredibly tricky to get my head around. What do you think? Did you play a lot of it, mate?
Yeah, I've played a fair way through the story mode, actually. I think I'm on to the third city. And yeah, I initially, when I turned it on, I initially went for a really difficult car. Although I was a bit stupid. I kind of went straight into it, really impatiently, just want to drive, pick the fastest car. But yeah, if you look down the list, it actually tells you what cars are difficult and what cars are more easy. Yeah, because I could not handle the car that I picked at all. And
well,
yeah.
What you've got here is the tutorial, which picks a car for you, and
yes.
I can barely handle that. And what you'll follow with is me picking random cars to look at, and you'll see I can't really handle any of them.
The easiest one is the best one. I think it's the yellow one, I believe. Yeah, that. Well, as soon as I picked that, I've started to enjoy myself, and I got my head around the drifting. And if you want more turn, you press the brake, which is the left trigger, and that will help the drift become more sharp, like that. And that was perfect. That was almost like time to perfection because we're so professional at this. And yeah, I started to really enjoy myself. I like the graphics though. The graphics are really cool. I actually really like them. What about you?
Well, that's my big positive. I'm not a racing game guy. I don't particularly enjoy them. I didn't see anything in value in playing this, is because it's not my style of game. So it was going to have to be phenomenal to win me over. Yeah. And I found it irritating because I couldn't get my head around it. That's just me. But I think it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love the style. This video would have been half the length and I'd have given up a lot sooner if it didn't look this good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I promise I do show off some other tracks and stuff. I started on the story mode, of which there was lots, and then moved over for the rest of the recording. I moved over to the there's like a practice mode, or an arcade mode it is.
Yes.
Where I just thought I'd try out some of the other cars and stuff like that. And I got on okay with this car, which does absolutely fly around, but I still do spend approximately a third of my time smashing into barriers and going along the side of walls.
This was the car I couldn't control, funny enough.
God.
I really desperately tried, because I think I was on the map City, which is I think the second city in the story mode. And yeah, so this is like, obviously, I forget what this one's called, but it's like you're in a little bit out, you're not deep in the city, whereas the second one it's high rise, built everywhere, loads of concrete, so the walls are like really close, and I could not for the love no money control this car. I was in the wall, I was almost backwards. It was terrible. That was the arcade mode. I decided to go on the arcade mode on that one. But yeah, the story mode, as I say, I kept with the real easy car, and yeah, I'm sort of flying for it. It's really enjoyable. Once you get your head around the drift mechanic of the car that you're on, it's quite enjoyable, quite relaxing. Yeah, it's good. It's a good little racer, and the graphics for me just heighten the experience. So I wouldn't say it's the best race I've ever played, but with the graphics and the story modes and everything, yeah, it's it's good. Thumbs up. I thoroughly enjoyed this.
Were you getting along well with the story then?
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta be honest, there was a lot of it, and I started skipping very quickly.
There is a lot to read. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. This was the second car I picked, actually. I enjoyed this one a bit more than the basic car. This one, say, it goes faster, slightly more difficult to control, but you can still get some real good drifts with it. And, easy drifts, I would say. Yeah, so this one for me was probably my pick. But I was like you, I tried to go for all the cars, and yeah, there was some there that I just could not handle at all. I was like, okay, my skill level is nowhere near what it needs to be able to drive these cars. And I do think it is skill based. Oh,
definitely.
Yeah, they've made
no. There's definitely it's definitely a game to learn and to learn all about, and then base your skill set on that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like if I was more of a driving game, I'd probably give more of a chance to try and get into it, but I'm not. So
yeah, true.
I just wanted to, show you guys the cars and stuff like that, so you'd get a bit of a look at it. So some of the different locales, and show a lot of smashing into walls, apparently. Showing off my incredible lack of skill at this style of game.
I quite like the ghost mode, actually, that they do a ghost mode on this, and that was really helpful.
I did a bit of that when I was playing.
Yeah, I found that really helpful, like, because you're racing yourself, so you can improve, and yeah. I was.
Did you do an actual race in arcade mode?
Yes, yeah, and I got my ass whooped because I picked a car I could not drive.
Even picking a car I slightly knew. Basically, they fire off at 1,000,000 miles an hour without making a lot of mistakes, and I was like, well, I'm fucked. I never saw him again.
Yeah, basically. I think I hang on to the tail lights of the next car for about half a lap, and then it was gone. So okay. I
was a little disappointed you can't hit the other cars.
Yeah. He gives some random explanation, doesn't he, for that? Like the inertial dampeners are on or something, so you can't smash into the other cars. Some crap like that. But I was like, okay, so no smashing into cars. Got it.
Yep.
But this is the city one.
That's my tactic to win.
Yeah, take him out. Yeah, but this is the city one I was on about. At some point, it gets really tight and narrow, and it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I quite enjoyed this one. In the basic car, the basic car was fine. Yeah. But no, as I say, there's not a lot to it. It's once you get your head around the drift of the car that you've chosen, there's not a lot more to it. It's and you can just enjoy it. So for that reason, I suppose you could say simple mechanics, simple, to get a hold of, enjoy yourself. So yeah, I suppose if you took that view, it's quite good. But the learning curve on each car is huge. Like, yeah. I definitely recommend a couple of practice laps.
Yeah, like there are a couple, like this final car. It felt like you so much as tap the stick, it's already sideways and going at the wall. I could not get my head around it. I think I did a little bit practice car aside, obviously, the one they start with.
Yeah.
I think the one I did the best at was that big black one that's super powerful. It goes really, really fast, and the drift mechanic is kind of on the lower end of the of what you need to do. I got alright with that, but yeah, the more drifty ones, I just absolutely could not get my head around whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know. I know.
Yeah, like you say, I'm not accustomed to this kind of game, so that can very well be more me than the game.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a skill of each car, and I almost like that about it, because once you get your head around one car, you think, oh, I can pick whatever. But it's not like that at all. Like, you go up another car, and it's like, okay, it's a whole new learning curve for this particular car. And, like, as you say, for this car, I remember this car, it was the drift on it. It wasn't easy to get it into the drift to begin with. Just on the normal turn, you had to hit the brake almost to get it into a drift.
And you can, I should mention, you can. So you do it on the right stick. It's not drift is on or drift is off. There is degrees you can do it, but you're better manipulating it with your speed and then with the left stick where you can angle the drift.
Yes.
Rather than just hammering the right stick left or right.
Yeah.
Which is going to lean in the kind of playing you're seeing in this final with this final car. Yeah. But what is your final takeaway on this one then, mate?
Yeah, if you're into racing games and you're into this kind of art style, which I am, you'll find it enjoyable, relaxing, and just all round good time. And there is a skill element to it, so there is always the challenge there as well. So there's a very good racing game in my opinion. Thumbs up. What about you?
Yeah, I think it's fine for what it is. It's just not my cup of tea. So, join us next time for the final game with gold.
Da.
Bye!
See ya!